Good morning and welcome to Saturday special of Dr. Lamba's Awakening Call. We always assume that the religious books, especially the books of those religions which are the religions of the book itself, are inviolable and have a certain permanence, a sense of eternity, a sense of being forever with them. But now, the changing modes of society, the politically correct attitude has impacted the holy books as well. Bible has been revised. Are you aware? New Bible would be released next May, I think 22nd of May. You will have a new version of the Bible. I fail to understand that if Bible is a word of God, as Quran is supposed to be, as Guru Granth is supposed to be, then how can you revise that? Nobody would ever imagine changing even a letter or a mark of punctuation, either in Guru Granth or in the Quran. They are so dedicated to preserve the pristine beauty and the pristine, pure, spiritual aspect. Changing that can be a lot different. But as I said, although they are supposed to be inviolable, here a lot of labor has gone. I don't deny it. And the new version is being presented to you in the middle of the next year. What it would be, I'll give you a scenario now. As a matter of fact, Bible has always been revised. It's not the first time. But now the changes are in tune with the need, supposed need. It's not the real need. People don't bother. But then people at the helm of authority think that the modern sensibilities have to be catered to. So what they have done is they have revised Bible and 20,000 revisions have been made for the new edition. The scholars have made it very clear it's not a new translation. Translation I can accept. Bible is in practically all the languages of the world. Guru Granth has been translated. I was presented the translated version of Quran, since I don't know Arabic, by the Saudi Arabian ambassador to India. And this updated edition of the new revised standard version of Bible, that standard means it will be in all the churches, and all the churches, whether they're Protestant or Catholic or Quakers or Methodists or Seventh-day Adventists, whatever the creed may be, would be going in for that. And the revision includes thousands of changes in language, reflecting 4 years of reviews of the contents as well as considering modern sensibilities. And that's what amazes me. Earlier they had tried to play with Mark Twain when his Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer were revised and the word nigger and black were eliminated. Would they change even Shakespeare, Othello, because the Moor is again a racist word, it refers to a race. Anyway, coming back to the Bible, the revised edition of Bible, a verse in the New Testament, if you have read, Galatians, that previously referred to the sons of Abraham as one of a slave by a slave woman and other by a free woman. So now they are going to change it. It will read one by an enslaved woman and other by a free woman. So the things remain the same. But what they have shown is that they will be sons, one of legally wedded wife and not the other not legally wedded. The second chapter of the Gospel of Matthew will tell of the story of Magi rather than the wise men coming to Jerusalem after the Jesus birth. So they are no longer the wise men. Now what's the politically correct consideration for that? The Magi came, the three Magi came, following the star to Jerusalem to pay homage. And then in the Hebrew Bible book of Leviticus, a reference is made to sin offering. They say no, sin should not be used. So it's purification offering. Here the whole context has changed. Purification is redemption. Rather, is a part of redemption. Redemption comes out. First you commit a sin, then you are purified, and then you are redeemed. So sin offering is the first instance. How can you have purification offering? And then the new revised standard version Bible is the result of a commission basically of the Society of Biblical Literature and National Council of Churches. And that includes dozens of denominations representing 300 million church members. They had a presentation last month, and when I saw this presentation, I was really, really amazed. Changing the book of Testament, changing the Gospel of Matthew, changing John's Gospel. It is an interfaith man, and now they say this Bible is suitable for Catholics, Protestants, Orthodox, and Jewish context. And then they say it is for the political consideration. They have admitted this fact, that this is interfaith and it's a virtue to be celebrated because in a period of social and political divisiveness, we should try to bridge it. Now the 36-page sampler, which I saw, details relatively a few of 12,000 substantive changes. There are total 20,000, more than 20,000, but 12,000 I've seen. And the scholars have said, as you said so, and then, they have updated wording based on the new compelling textual evidence. Now what they have done is they have included the finding of the Dead Sea Scrolls that were located in the current region of the West Bank. Dead Sea Scrolls are very important document, but then howsoever important may be, they should not impact the scripture. Now, reference to David in 1 Kings has been done a lot. They have added more than 25 words. And now the revised version reads, "Since the day I brought up my people, Israel, out of Egypt, I have not chosen a city from any of the tribes of Israel in which to build a house, that my name might be there, nor did I choose anyone to be ruler over my people Israel. But I have chosen Jerusalem in order that my name be there, and I have chosen David to be over my people Israel." Then they have done what CNN I talked about yesterday has done. They have avoided identifying people based on their disabilities. If you have read Bible, and most of you have, and you read it regularly, a verse in Matthew refers to demonics, epileptics, and paralytics. So now they have changed it. People possessed by demons are having epilepsy, are afflicted with paralysis. Whether you call a person afflicted with paralysis or you call him a paralytic, whether you call a person afflicted with epilepsy or you call him epileptic, what's the difference? But no, there has to be a change so that the people are not, a person is afflicted, but he's not that. So adjective can be used, not be used, but the noun cannot be used. Use an adjective, but not a noun. So then Professor T.J. Smith at Boston University School of Theology, he edited 1 to 3 John for the project. And she appreciated the range of voices that were heard and considered. And it's an basically she says that we have approached to the African Methodist Church and taken their point of view. But then to reverse the historic trend in the translation from the 19th century is something beyond me. Quite possible the scholars who are dedicated may have. Then what they've done is the outdated aspects of language have been removed. For example, the names of the Jewish holidays and holy days like Passover, Sabbath, Festival of Unleavened Bread, they have lowercase. Why? Is it not promoting? And then, this could be interpreted as a sign of disrespect for the holy days. So now they have capitalized them just as if other religious communities. And then the most amazing is the new edition does not use the word girl when referring to young women. A young woman has to be referred to a young woman in Bible. Mark 14 verse 69 now speaks of a female servant instead of a servant girl. Does it make any change whether you call a female servant or you call a servant girl? Then, amazing that 7 general editors, 57 book editors had 76 2 hours meeting to come to this decision. 76 2-hour meeting by over 80 scholars to bring about these changes, which essentially are extraneous to this subject. As a matter of fact, it is more being politically correct now when they're going to release it. According to them, the new version is expected to be in the hands of the publishers in May 2022. So, 6 months more and you will have a new Bible. Now, what will be the impact of the Bible? On the very orthodox people, they are not going to be happy with that. And the really devout people are going to have a fear and apprehension that this upgrading, this change, in fact, is politically motivated because it takes into consideration the politically correct attitude. And not even that. It takes into consideration basically the woke culture. And woke culture is something which you and I know basically is cataclysmic because this culture aims at changing the whole lot of things. I wrote an article recently that you can't judge the past by the present. And if you cannot judge the past by the present, how can you revise what the earlier religious teachers had written, or the scholars, or the writers, novelists? I even object, as I told you, to the change of Moore and Othello, or Huckleberry Finn, or Tom Sawyer, and things like that. They are absolutely abominable. You are playing ducks and drakes with those people who contributed a lot to the development of the human mind, human brain, and things like that. That means you write something original and it will be subject to review. I'm reminded of a similar incident which happened in Sikhism. There is a Shabad, a hymn in Guru Granth, in which is written, Mitti Musalman ki pede pe kumhar, that the earth from the grave of a Muslim ultimately goes to the potter's wheel to be made into utensils. And it goes on, how the utensil when placed to the fire will burn. Now, the Guru's son had to go to Jahangir, and Jahangir asked him, why have you written? Our Guru has written, Mitti Musalman ki, Mere pe ko mihar, that this is going to be made into a utensil and then put on the fire. And this young man wanted to please the emperor, and he said, no, it's a misprint. It should be Mitti Beiman ki, that the dishonest person. Beiman is Punjabi or Hindi for dishonest. So this is a dishonest person who, when buried, the earth from the grave of that man shall be used. Now, when the Guru came to know, he refused and to his son. He says, no, you had no right to amend, alter, change the Guru Bani, the words of the Guru. Guru Bani's words of the Guru. Similarly in Quran, till recently, a few years back, it was not allowed even to be translated. People had to read the original Arabic, and they had to learn Arabic to learn. And then the people were there who were Hafizes, who would remember the whole of Quran by heart. And that is in fact justified. I object to the alteration of anything, whether they are secular literature or religious literature. I value these books for the beauty, for the rhyme, for the music, for the aphorisms and things like that. And changing them is spoiling that beauty, that pristine charm, the exotic charm that is in any book is lost when read in the different context. And then you lose the reverence for that book. If a man can change what the holy men and the religious leaders had written, then there is no sanctity left. And this is a trend which is definitely not appreciated by the people who are very, very devout Christians. Maybe this will make more such people move away from Christianity towards other religions. But is it a good trend? No. As the action of CNN, which I discussed yesterday, this is only bowing down to the whims and the demands of the people who are essentially antisocial, who have no reason but to enhance their personal prestige. They are doing it. And the cowards who come to it, as they succumbed in revising Bible, I'm pained. As I was extremely pained and agonized when Mark Twain, to kill a mockingbird, they were subject to ridicule. No, that's not done. Anyway, I wish my Christian friends happy reading of the new revised authorized version of Bible, and let's see how they react. I'll be open to your questions anytime. Thank you.